It was a special evening in their home. The warm scent of garlic, butter and fresh herbs filled the air as Sophia prepared Peter's favorite meal, fried trout, for his 30th birthday. Their 3-year-old son David stood on a stool beside her, his eyes wide with excitement. He loved helping in the kitchen, even if his help mostly meant sneaking bites of food when his mom wasn't looking. As he watched, his tiny hands gripping the edge of the counter, he noticed something strange. Sophia took the beautiful trout, carefully sliced it in half and placed each piece separately in the pan. David frowned, tilting his head. "Mom, why do you cut the fish in half?" Sophia paused, knife in hand. For a moment she looked puzzled. I'm not sure, sweetheart. That's how your grandmother always did it, and I learned it from her." David's nose scrunched up in thought. "But why?" Sophia smiled and handed him her phone. "Well, if you really want to know, call Grandma and ask." Excited, David clutched the phone with both hands and pressed the buttons carefully. "Grandma," he exclaimed when she answered, "why do you always cut the trout in half before frying it?" There was a long pause. Then his grandmother chuckled. "Oh dear, I never really thought about it. It's just the way we've always done it. I learned it from my mother." David's little fingers drummed against the phone. That answer wasn't good enough. So he did what any determined child would do. He called his great-grandmother. The phone rang. After a few moments, a warm, crackly voice answered. "Hello, my little one. What a surprise." David took a deep breath. "Great-grandma, why do we always cut the trout in half before frying it?" A soft laugh came from the other end. "Oh, sweetheart, that's easy. Back when I was young, after the war, we only had one tiny pan. A whole trout wouldn't fit, so we had to cut it in half. That's the only reason." David's eyes widened. "But, great-grandma, we have big pans now." "Yes, my dear," she said, her voice filled with warmth. "But sometimes we keep doing things just because that's how we've always done them, even when we don't need to anymore." David hung up and looked at his mother. Sophia stared back, realization dawning in her eyes. They had been following a tradition that had long outlived its purpose, without ever questioning it. How often do we follow old habits, rules or traditions without stopping to ask why? We stay in jobs that drain us because it's the responsible thing to do. We accept outdated advice because it's always been that way. We follow routines that no longer serve us simply because we never thought to question them. Research shows that many of our beliefs and behaviors are inherited, not chosen. A study in cognitive biases found that humans naturally resist questioning familiar processes because change feels uncomfortable. But growth, real growth, begins when we step outside of automatic thinking and start asking why. So today, I challenge you. What's your cut trout? What's something you do simply because it's always been done that way? And what might happen if you dare to change it? If this story made you think, share it with someone who might need to hear it. Because sometimes all it takes is one question to change everything. Thank you for watching.